Please raise your arm and wave back just the way I am. Kind of a royal wave. You can mimic what you can see. You can control hundreds of muscles in your arm. Soon you're gonna be able to look inside your brain, program and control thousands of brain areas you see there. I want to talk about that technology. We have wanted to look inside our brain, our mind, for thousands of years. Coming out of the research labs just now for our generation is the possibility to do that. We envision it as being very difficult. We have to take space shuttle, shrink it down, inject it into your bloodstream. It's terribly dangerous. You could be attacked by white blood cells in the arteries. Now we have the technology to do that. We can fly into my colleague Peter's brain. We're gonna do it non-invasively with MRI. We don't have to inject anything. We don't need radiation. And we're gonna fly into the anatomy of his brain and literally fly into his body. But more importantly, we will look inside his brain as Peter raised his arm. The yellow spot you see there is the interface to the functioning of his Peter's brain being controlled. Now you have seen it before that with electrodes you can control robotic arms, that brain imaging and scanner you can show you the insides of brains. What's new is that process has typically taken days or months of analysis. We have collapsed that through technology to milliseconds that allows us to let Peter's brain Peter look at his brain in real time when as he is inside the scanner. He can look at 65,000 points of activation in his brain. If he can see that pattern, he can learn how to control it. Now, there have been three ways to try to impact to our brain: the therapist's couch, pills, and the knife. This will be the false alternative you soon gonna have. We all know that as we form thoughts, we form deep channels in our brain and mind. Take chronic pain, for example. if you burn yourself and you pull your hand. But if you are still in pain in 6 months or 6 years time, the circuit, it's because the circuit is producing the pain that's no longer helping you. If we can look at the activation real time, that we can form a 3D image, and we can watch the brain process information. Then we can select brain areas that produce the pain. Now release, raise your arm back and flex your bicep. Now imagine that you are going to be able to look inside your brain and select brain areas to do the same. What you're seeing here is that we have selected the pathways in the brain of chronic pain patients. This may shock you, but we are literally reading their brain in real time. They are watching their brain activation, and they are controlling the pathway that controls produces the pain, and they are learning to flex this system that releases their own endogenous opiates. And as they do that, in the upper left is a display that's yoked to the brain activation of the pain being controlled. This is an investigation. If you can control your brain, you can control your pain. This is an investigational technology, but what we are seeing is 44 to 64% decrease in chronic pain patients in clinical trials. This isn't the matrix. You could only do this to yourself. You take control. But I have seen inside, I have seen my brain. You will too soon. And when you do, what do you want to control? So these are some areas we are working on today that I don't have time to go into in details. But I want to leave you with a big question. So we are the first generation that is going to be able to look enter into with using MRI the human brain and mind. Where will you take it?